Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Cheap Sense, just getting in. Looking kind of rough, boy. I need to shave, boy. You can see my George Jefferson starting to come back. Need to tighten my beard up a little bit. But anyway, not much was going on today. I forgot to take my fan down. But anyway, whatever. Not much went on today. If y'all saw my earlier video, not much going on at TJ Maxx. I really don't too much frequent Ross like I used to, because they usually just have the same old stuff. Adidas, Beverly Hills Polo Club, Nautica, stuff like that. Michael Jordan, and I'm like sick of looking at all that stuff, man. It's maddening to have this obsession, for lack of a better word, for fragrances, and you constantly want to go to the store and find something, and there's not much there to find. A lot of that stuff I don't even bother with trying. I'm not a big Adidas fan. I know my boy Trey Sense is, and you know, ain't nothing wrong with it. That's just not what I grew up wearing, and I really don't want like a whole bunch of lower tier fragrances in my better collection, which is all the stuff I have on the shelf right here. Now, all the other stuff that I have in the box is pretty much some of the lower tier stuff. They perform well, but it's just the lower tier stuff, you know, the stuff from $10 and $15, $20, some maybe $30, whatever. But for the most part, that's mostly what they've been having. So I don't even bother going to Ross that much anymore. I have to drive like 45 minutes to go to Marshalls and Bells and all of that, so I don't frequent those enough. And TJ Maxx is probably the only place that I really frequent, and on the pretty steady basis, I can probably find at least one at one certain TJ Maxx, because I do about 3 or 4 of them if I have the time to. But that's my better choice. They did have a few that I wanted to get my hands on, as y'all saw in that video, but I'm not willing to pay 50 and 60 bucks for certain ones. I don't think it's going to be worth it. So like the Boss bottled, what was it, the Hugo Boss bottled Intense, or whatever it was, the scent, that's what it was, Intense. I want that one, but if it's gonna smell close to like Dolce & Gabbana, the one EDP or something like that, then I don't really need it. So, but anyway, the fragrance I wore today is an OG in the game, been around for a while, and this one actually was sent to me by a subscriber who wanted a fragrance or two that I had, and he actually went to Walmart and purchased this one for me. This is a 50 ml bottle, and I've been wanting this one ever since I smelled it. A lot of people don't like it due to a certain note that's in it that makes it smell like a certain aspect, and it doesn't bother me. The first time I smelled it, I thought I was going to be like, oh, that stinks, but I actually liked it. And that fragrance is from the house of Dior, and it is Dior Fahrenheit. And I've been wanting to get my hands on this ever since I smelled it. And some stores I found it in still had it for like $70, $80, $90, $100 and something dollars. This 50 ml 1.7 ounce is more than enough for me. Not really, I don't really care about the box, but if anybody is looking for batch code or anything like that, there it is. If it will focus. Anyway, really not important to me. This is the bottle, and no, this is not the OG original. This is probably reformulated version, but if the OG version was any stronger than this one, I probably wouldn't want it. This, to me, is perfect as far as scent wise. It's not overpowering to me. I actually did like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 10 sprays of this, which some people will say probably is too much, but nobody complained. I got 0 compliments while having this on, and as of right now, I don't smell it on me, so it's pretty much gone. Projection wise, I got probably about close to 2 hours, like an hour and a half, 2 hours projection. Longevity on this was probably about 4.5 to 5 hours. I did reapply once, like a little less than midway through the day. If you're interested in note breakdowns on this, well, you're not going to get it from me. Google it or find it on Fragrantica or whatever you want to look it up as. I'm not big on notes. But the one big note that this smells like throughout the entirety of the fragrance is violet leaf. And violet leaf is what actually gives this that gasoline type vibe. It smells not identical to gasoline, but it does have that strong smell that gasoline has when you're pumping it, or you're standing at a gas pump and you can smell gas. That's what this smells like throughout the whole fragrance. Now it does lighten up around the maybe close to 2 hour mark. It starts to die down a little bit, the violet leaf. You still get that gasoline vibe. Let me show you guys this atomizer. That's pretty good. I'm gonna get this in the air. Smells great to me. You get that gasoline type vibe. A lot of people are turned off by that, but me personally, doesn't bother me at all. It dries down to a very nice smelling fragrance. Still get the gasoline vibe, but it does dry down very nice. I think there's a different version of this, maybe like an EDP, a stronger version of this. I don't have that, nor do I want it, because I probably will never even go through this full bottle, because I don't use fragrances, the same fragrances over and over and over. I usually use them once, unless I have something specific that, you know, like a certain date or a thing that I'm going to do, like a wedding or anything like that. I may pick up certain fragrances, but as far as like going to work, I never really wear the same thing twice. For me to have as many fragrances as I have, that's a shame to want to wear the same one over and over and over. Unless it's a signature scent, then that's understandable. But I personally don't have a signature scent that I could think of. It used to be the regular Burberry. Then that changed from that to, what else did I go to? Perry Ellis M became like a signature scent for me once. Club de Nuit Intense Man became a signature scent. There's some other stuff that I've worn over the years that turned into signature scents for me. Like I just stopped wearing other things and just wore that one in particular. But for the most part, this would not be a signature scent for me. Although I could be wearing this in the wrong time of, like, in the wrong season, and I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna comment and tell me or ask me why am I wearing this and it's still hot out or whatever. Personally, I feel like I can wear what the hell I want to wear when I want to wear it, so I'm not bound to seasons. It doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but life doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people. So if you can figure out life, it is what it is. But for the most part, guys, I like this fragrance. And if I had to give this one a rating 1 through 10, I would give this a 7.5. Not a bad fragrance whatsoever. I know a lot of people may not like this one. I may get a lot of comments saying that they wasn't feeling this one and stuff like that. And I get it, guys. I get it. And ladies, I get it. Certain fragrances, or not all fragrances, are for everyone. I get that. Just because I like Fahrenheit, there's 3 or 4 other people that may come across and not like it. So, with that being said, I am out of here. This here is To Smelling Great. Peace, and I am out.